Hello and welcome to Connect MKE. I'm your host, Denise Callaway. Addiction, especially opioid addiction, is one of the greatest challenges facing the Milwaukee area. Overdose deaths continue to rise, with more than 600 people dying last year. That is 6 times the number of people who died in 2002. Finding the right program to overcome addiction is key to an individual's success and their very survival. Joining me now is Ken Ginlack, CEO and Executive Director of Serenity Inns. Serenity Inns is a residential rehabilitation and treatment program located in the heart of the communities devastated by the epidemic of opioid addiction as well as alcoholism. Welcome to Connect MKE, Ken.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Serenity Inns. What is it and how is it different perhaps from other programs?
Serenity Inns is a 12-bed facility, residential treatment facility. It was started about 18 years ago by Lutheran congregations. They saw the need in the neighborhood to actually have a rehabilitation center to help men struggling with addiction as well as homelessness. Um, Something unique about Serenity Inns is that we currently do not accept insurance, and we have not accepted any government funding, up to this point. And we operate off of strictly donations. We have a huge volunteer base from Lutheran congregations. And so they come in and do dinner fellowship with the guys. So when I say we're unique in our own way, we take a holistic approach as far as working with the men here in the program. We don't just take care of their clinical needs, but also their spirituality needs. We also have a program where we do money management. And so we really look at the whole person from a treatment standpoint.
When someone comes to Serenity Inns, we know how difficult and devastating addiction can be. Is this usually the first time that they have attempted to get their lives back on track and to get out of the opioid addiction situation they find themselves in?
Well, one thing about treatment, Denise, is that individuals may have several attempts on trying to stop, right? Or trying to understand the addiction and the substance use disorder, how to live with it. And so some of the guys I hear for the very first time, some of the guys may have multiple attempts on trying to stop or trying to learn how to live with their substance use disorder. And so it's a variety, it varies from each individual.
And when we look at the men who come in, um, how does Serenity Inns determine the kind of treatment program that is needed for them to be successful, whether it's their first attempt or their sixth attempt?
Right. And so when the men come in, we actually make sure that they have a comprehensive assessment. And so we do a biopsychosocial assessment, again, looking at the whole person. And based off of that assessment, the clinical team will, with that client, create a treatment plan. And so we really take pride in doing individualized treatment plans with individuals to make sure that the treatment is a right fit for them.
How does that trauma impact men as they're going through rehabilitation?
So the men that's coming in the program, not only do we do a comprehensive assessment, we also utilize the ACE, adverse childhood experiences. And so we use that as a tool to kind of gauge past trauma or childhood trauma that they may have experienced. And so we want to look at that to see how that may be playing a part in their addiction or in their substance use. And so we've been incorporating that, looking at the scores and actually addressing and talking about the trauma with the men in the program.
It would seem from the way you've described it, in some programs, individuals may be in treatment for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, but it sounds like Serenity Inns has a much more comprehensive approach and that men can be in treatment longer.
Correct. A lot of treatment facilities are insurance based. And so as they're treating men, there may be a determination on how long they can treat that individual based on how long the insurance may cover the services. Here at Serenity Inns, men can stay up to 6, 7 months. It's not a traditional 90-day program. And so, again, giving them that time to heal and work on their trauma is very important.
So when the men are in there for that period of time and you're working on the medical and emotional needs that they have, are men also learning some skills that will really be helpful to them once they successfully complete the treatment program?
Absolutely. And so, as we assess the men every 30 days, we make a determination based off of that as clinical assessment if they are ready to seek employment. And so after the 30 days, we reassess with our clinical supervisor based on that individual's needs. We will actually, help them find employment, or they will go out and seek employment. Um, as they work, we still continue to treat them with groups afterwards and also individual sessions.
What kind of a difference does it make when men are really being able to kind of parallel the two important things they need to do in their lives? Get the treatment, and then also figure out what the next steps are through employment and other work that Serenity Inns provides.
Absolutely. Well, it's provides stability, right? And so we know that we, even though we treat the addiction, if we send men back out without the necessary tools that they need to survive, to take care of their family, and learn other social skills while in the program, that's going to help them on a long-term basis. And so individuals who really get a chance to have a fresh start. We have taken in men that are homeless and able to get the treatment they need as well as seek employment and leave here very successful.
What are some of the differences that you notice in the men from the time that they come into the program till the time that they complete it successfully?
That's the greatest feeling in the world, or observing that really makes me feel good. Men come in hopeless. Their spirit is broken, head down, almost at their last resort. Uh, but as they continue in treatment and you see the progress, you start to see the hope in their eyes. You start to see um, them coming back to life and feeling positive about where they're at. um, it's the greatest feeling in the world. And so just to witness that men start to gain weight, and this is the physical appearance, but also the inside. They start to have confidence. They start to feel feelings that they never felt before or had buried in their past. And so it's a beautiful thing. And that's just gauging. And as I walk in and out of the facility and I see the men in the program, I notice a big difference within with them, I should say.
You've been very successful. Serenity Inns has been very successful in the work that it's done, but you also do something that is, I think, different from what other programs do, and that is that once men complete the program there at the inn, there's someplace for them to go.
Absolutely. And again, we take a holistic approach. Um, we know that men are successful leaving the inn when they have a safe environment to return to. And so we have the alumni house, the Bueller Alumni House, named after some great volunteers that we have, which is a 9-unit apartment building. Um, Men have the opportunity to go there after completing treatment, move into the apartment, fully furnished, continue working. And also, we don't stop there. We still have a counselor go over there and do individual sessions with them, as well as group sessions once a week. Another component or another facet of Serenity Inns is dinner fellowship. And so dinner fellowship is unique within itself. Our volunteers come in 365 days a year. 365 days, they provide dinner and fellowship with the men in the house.
That's fantastic.
And a lot of times, the guys from the alumni house, they'll come back over, have dinner with the volunteers. They make that connection. It's a wonderful thing.
Well, Ken, thank you so much for being with us today. Best of luck to Serenity Inns, and we wish the very best to the men you serve there. To learn more about Serenity Inns or to see if it can help you or someone you know, visit the website at www.serenityinns.org. Drug use and alcohol abuse are just two of the concerns identified in the Community Health Needs Assessment, an important tool that helps healthcare professionals in the metropolitan area. We'll learn more about the survey coming up.